Wolfman's hand.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. Today,
and he carries the lantern.
Okay, I don't know what's happening over here. Today, we're talking about the movie Brothers.
There's a shovel too.
Not to be confused with This Brothers, which, by the way, this is a great movie.
Oh yeah.
Not to be confused with Brothers, the Cage Fighters, which I think you've seen.
I don't know that.
Yeah. Okay. It looks really good too. It's two brothers fighting over the love of a lady, and they're cage fighters. Not to be confused with The Brothers.
Not a single one of them were the brothers I thought you were going to.
Also, not to be confused with the Menendez brothers. There's a new special out on them. If you want to check that out. Or Four Brothers, which that's a great movie.
Oh, that's one I was thinking about.
Okay. Yeah. And not to be confused with the Blues Brothers.
There's a lot of brothers.
And certainly not one of my favorites, Step Brothers. But no, this is the new Brothers movie. Currently on Prime with Peter Dinklage and Josh Brolin. There you go. I got it right. What? Surprising. I think I'm funny. I'm hilarious. Okay, let's watch this trailer and see what happens.
Where are my emeralds? What's the holdup?
Making arrangements.
Some families have a long line of dentists or lawyers. We had a long line of felons. That's me. The big ugly one is my twin brother, Moke. I had the plans, he had the hands.
Freeze! We just bought a house where we're having a kid. Bro, come on. I am finished stealing shit.
Let's do this one and split.
I have to take a dump. 1, 2, 3, Dracula. We can go 2 out of 3 if you want.
Get on the floor.
I just feel like Wolfman would beat out Dracula.
Wolfman's once a month. Dracula is all the time. Use your head.
This is a new beginning, huh? Can we have some private time?
What's wrong with you? Mom?
Oh, shit! He dented the car!
You were gone 30 years.
I can apologize only so much.
You haven't apologized at all. Why are you back now?
The emeralds, worth about $4 million. I got a plan. What it takes out of us.
Terrible plan.
Suck on my balls!
Hey! Don't make me come back there! I am justice!
Oh. Okay. Thank you, Flick.
Okay, too much now. Still going with dumb stuff. Okay.
All right.
We're back. Brothers.
So I'm always, are we on?
Yeah, we're on.
Okay. So I'm always intrigued by movies like this that, that nowadays is not as abnormal to show up on streaming, but it's also the kind of movie I would have thought with this cast would have ended up in the theater.
Yeah.
And I heard that it had I heard one person was talking about this movie had been on the shelf for a couple of years, but when I read and looked it up, it didn't seem like it. So I don't know. I've also heard the movie didn't get the greatest reviews. I thought this movie was hilarious.
It was funny.
I mean, yes, it's kind of a by the numbers comedy.
It's a brothers comedy.
Yeah, it's anything you put, like you went through the gamut of things. It's very much in the same vein of that. I like that it's playing that they're twins.
Yes, they're twins, by the way.
And despite Peter Dinklage being a little person and Josh Brolin not, they don't play that up.
Josh Brolin being a gigantic person.
Yeah, it doesn't play into the story.
No, it's just
they just exist.
Hey, this is my twin brother.
It's very much the Danny DeVito, Arnold Schwarzenegger vibe.
Correct.
where they don't even play the twins joke as much at all. Where people like there's once or twice somebody looks at me like y'all are twins.
Yeah.
But in reality, it's
not
just
even
two
about
guys,
that.
and they also did a very smart job of when they show them as kids. They picked two people that you could believe could be them grow up.
Correct. Yes.
I love that.
So cute.
It's one of those movies that's chaotic.
It is a little bit crazy.
It's a road comedy. It's a buddy comedy. It's a kind of mild action. It's got crime. You know, it's chaos.
It's just funny.
It is. It's funny. It's chaotic. It looked like everybody was having a blast.
Yeah, I'm looking at this little boy. I don't know if he's a little boy. He's
got a mustache.
Yeah. He's a cute little kid.
The one that plays him as a child.
Yeah. So cute. Anyway, sorry, got distracted.
I think this movie works predominantly because these two guys work great together.
Exactly. They were funny. And they're always fighting and hitting each other.
It's the most dysfunctional family, but you can see I posted in my review that you can kind of buy them being brothers because they seem like they love and hate each other all at the same time.
Yeah. And I like the other thing I was gonna say, no one ever talks about being little person.
Exactly.
It never even
and I could have told you
it doesn't even matter.
I
Because
could
it
tell you
doesn't matter.
Peter Dinklage is
He will not take anything.
Well, it's not so much that, but he does not take just little people roles.
Correct.
And that's why he is such.
That's why I love him.
He's so successful because he's a brilliant actor. He's not a brilliant little person actor.
No.
He's a brilliant actor.
Yes.
And he takes roles that are sometimes not expected.
Yeah.
But he always is bigger than everybody else in the room.
Yes.
And he lives his life that way too. Like if you watch him in interviews and things like this, he's very much like, we're just gonna have this conversation. He doesn't take people's shit, you know.
Yeah.
And I love the guy. He's one of my favorite actors of all time. And like I said, they make a couple jabs at it for the joke aspect. Mostly the twins, but not him being a small person or a little person. What are we going with little person now? I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
But I wanted to watch this movie.
He technically has been diagnosed with
dwarfism, right?
Yeah,
okay.
that's what he.
But I don't know if calling somebody a dwarf is okay anymore.
I don't think so.
Because I know midget was the original team and is now the bad thing to say.
Yeah.
And I don't know if because my mom's best friend was a dwarf.
Correct.
But
she would tell you she's a dwarf, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if
because she was less than 4'10".
She was under 4 foot, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
we want to be politically correct. We're sorry.
She was considered a dwarf, but now in this climate of the world, I don't know if that's still okay to say.
Yeah.
I'd call them by their name anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But these two guys are fantastic in this movie. And
absolutely.
I haven't got to see these two guys in a movie like this in a long time. They both have been in a lot of more serious products. You know, they're both in the Marvel universe, stuff like this, but they're usually very serious. Getting to see them kind of cut loose in comedy and weirdness and chaos and some dirty moments and violence. And like there's a moment where Dinklage gets thrown and it just looks painful. I'm like, Brendan Fraser throws him.
Did he actually do it or was it a stunt?
It had to be a stunt person or a dummy because Brendan Fraser threw his ass into a wall and it looked painful.
And Brendan Fraser's in this, by the way.
And he is awesome.
He's so funny because he's over the top like crazed.
Well, and I think I mentioned that in my review too because we've been now with his comeback of sorts. He's been in drama.
Yes.
But we forget that a lot of his early stuff was comedy. You know, was
and this is physical comedy.
What was the movie he did?
George of the Jungle.
No, before that. Yeah, but George Jungle. But what was the one before that? Encino Man.
Encino.
The one he had some comedy in The Mummy. He had some kind of a.
The one I like is when he was underground for 100 years or something. Not 100 years, but he spent his whole life underground.
That's not Pleasantville, is it?
I don't know. Let me
that's
go
Tobey
look
Maguire.
Brendan.
Anyway, doesn't matter. But yeah, it's getting a chance to spread his comedic chops again that we haven't seen in a while.
It's so fun.
You know, and he's fun. He looks like he's having a blast doing it.
Yeah.
But I think one of my favorite elements of this movie.
There's one point where he's just like, wow.
Yeah. One of my favorite elements of this movie is the seems to be continuing direction in her career of Glenn Close.
Yeah.
Who she just did the movie. She did the movie Deliverance, where she played kind of a ghetto grandma, if you will. Which is
ghetto.
way different from what we normally see her in. And this is kind of a white trash criminal grandma.
Yeah.
Or mother, actually, this time around. And so I don't know if it's just people are offering her the roles that she's getting them, or if she's like, I want to do something different because she was always known for the very Oscar bait
Mhm.
roles or the very
Yeah.
serious dramas, and getting to see her do these new things and still be fantastic, but seems to be having a great time. This could be that swan song mentality of your career, which is like, I'm only doing something I think it's gonna be fun.
Just do fun shit.
You know,
yeah,
and
might as well.
I don't know why she chooses. Don't care. I
Is it
love
this
getting
one?
to see her do different things.
Is it Blast from the Past? It's Blast from the
Oh, that
Past. Is the
movie's
one that I
horrible.
thought. No, it was so cute.
I know what you're talking about though. But
And then
yeah.
I forgot that he was in the Bedazzled movie. That's such a cute movie too.
Oh yeah, with the devil.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was so cute. Anyway, sorry. I just throwing that random Brandon Fraser.
Yeah,
Brendan
we're
Fraser.
talking about this movie,
Anyways, Glenn Close. The one thing that's weird about Glenn Close is you'll see she's wearing gloves throughout the movie,
Yeah, yeah.
and I thought it was so her fingerprints wouldn't transfer because when you see the movie, she's kind of a criminal. But I don't know. People were saying maybe she didn't want to show her hands, but I don't care. You
Who
do
knows?
you, girl.
It could have just been a choice that she.
Dolly didn't show her hands no more
No,
either.
it could have been a choice, like you said, like we both thought with the fingerprints, and then it becomes a thing that her character wears
It's her
nonstop because she
style
never
now.
wants to be found.
It's her style.
You know, so no matter what she does, she wears gloves.
I agree.
That
That is all.
I thought everybody was fun in this. Marissa Tomei shows up out of nowhere. She's in the trailer, so it wasn't a spoiler.
Oh, and Samuel, the isn't it a orangutan?
I think it's an orangutan. But that whole sequence, and it's kind of a running gag. It's
OMG.
hilarious.
OMG.
It
And
was
he's
so funny.
signing his name. He's like, I'm like me, Samuel, and he does his thing.
It's
And
very
it's funny
cute,
because
and-
Josh Brolin's like, oh, okay, like me, Monk. You know, he tells him his
Yeah.
name. He's like, Monk.
It starts out so sweet, and it takes a
And
very
then
dark
it
turn,
goes, yeah.
and it comes back to a different character too. So
And
it was
it's
really
so funny
funny.
because Marissa Tomei's like, what did you do to Samuel? Oh my gosh.
I
It's,
thought this was a funny
it's
movie.
hilarious, over the top ridiculousness.
It's
but
mindless,
it's just fun.
good
It
time.
is,
It
yes.
has some heart,
Grab
but
some
it is
popcorn.
just ridiculous.
Enjoy.
And it's one that I'm glad is on Prime, so maybe people will actually say, well, let me
Yeah.
give it a chance because it's a fun flick.
just fun.
It's funny. I
It's
laughed
just meant
at
to
it.
be fun.
I laughed out loud numerous times.
I did too. That's
so
all.
Brothers is streaming now on Prime Video.
There you
So
go.
go check it out if you like any of these people.
There you go.
If you don't like any of these people, first of all, what's wrong with you?
Well, who knows?
And it seems like his entire cast was Marvel people,
I felt like it. Like,
Because-
let's just call all
except for
our
Brendan
friends.
Fraser. Brendan Fraser was DC
Oh, well,
because
let's
he's from
just
Doom. He was in Doom Patrol.
call all our friends that
Right?
can help. Yeah.
Glenn Close was in Guardians of the Galaxy as the head of the Nova Corps.
Mm-hmm.
You had Josh Brolin as both Cable and Thanos. Peter Dinklage was the I don't remember the character's name, but the one that had the forge to make Thor
Oh yes.
Stormbreaker.
Uh-huh.
Is there anybody else? Marissa Tomei is the Peter's mom.
Mm-hmm.
Mary Aunt May. I think that's it. So it's like somebody said, let's get all these people from the comic world to make a movie.
They all know each other. Just
Yeah.
call somebody. Anyways, check
Anyway,
it out.
Movie's fun.
Okay, tell me about the contest, babe.
And we
Free
still got a few
things.
digital copies left that'll be expired this week of Deadpool and Wolverine and Twisters that you can get, as well as some physical copies of Horizon Chapter 1, The Beast Within, which we'll talk about this week, as well as The Watchers and Ex-Huma.
Yep, there you go. Now you know.
No one's half the battle.
G.I. Joe.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
We'll see you soon, friends. Thank you.